Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. It is Thursday, June 27th, and I'm going to jump right into it. So, just want to touch on a couple things. For those of you still messaging me about when the interview with Mayor Marchetti talking about garbage and the new tote system coming up over the next few months. I did do that interview. It is on the page, so I'll put it in the comment section on this video, or you can scroll down. It's right there. It's a couple posts below this one. It's been up for a few days, so I know a lot of you have seen it, but for those of you that haven't, it is on the page. We talked about how it's going to be implemented, how much it will cost if you need an additional garbage tote. Recycling totes are no additional fee. What do you do with your old totes? All those different things that people were asking me. One question that I didn't get to ask them, that's a good question that I was sent by a couple people after I did that interview, is what if you rent? What if you rent a house, or you rent like half a duplex, and you don't have a water and sewer bill? That's part of your rent. Because if you need an additional garbage tote, it's $40 a quarter, and the city will attach that to your water and sewer bill. So a couple people sent me messages saying, is my rent going to go up? Now, I'm assuming that's up to your landlord, how they handle it. They'll either absorb the cost because you're a great tenant, or your rent will probably go up 10 to 15 bucks a month, something like that. But that's going to be between you and your landlord. But it was a good question, because if you want to get 2 additional garbage totes, again, it's $40 per quarter per tote. So we did talk about that. That's in that interview, but I will try to get an answer on that particular question. Is there a different way with billing, or does all the billing go directly to whoever has a water and sewer bill? So I thought that was a great question. We talked about the transfer station, that it'll be $120 a year to get access to it, the transfer station on Hubbard Ave, $80 a year for seniors. That does include disposal of yard waste, recyclables, and metals. That scrap metal is worth money. You're better off, I think, taking it for Mel's or someplace like that. But we did talk about that. So that's all in there, but there will be an additional fee, like if you need to get rid of computers, TVs, things like that. There's an additional cost to that. So it's $120 a year for access, $80 if you're a senior, and then there are additional fees depending on what it is you're disposing of. So again, I tried to cover all that. So I'll put the links to that video with the interview with Mayor Marchetti in the comment section, or you can scroll down and check it out there. This Saturday, as many of you know, I've been promoting the Striking Out Cancer baseball softball game pretty heavy the past couple weeks. And this Saturday, June 29th at 9 a.m., it takes place at Buddy Pellerin Field at Clapp Park. It benefits the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute through the Jimmy Fund. It's a really fun time. This is the 4th annual one. You don't have to be an experienced ball player or any of that. This is for anybody to participate. It's $10. Again, all the proceeds benefit the Jimmy Fund, the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. But it's $10. You get a shirt. There's free food across the street. Free burgers and dogs at the parkside for all the participants. There's a pizza party at the Sideline Saloon afterwards, and they're auctioning off a baseball signed by the manager of the Boston Red Sox. So it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot happening. And again, it benefits such a worthy, important cause. So that's this Saturday, 9 a.m., Buddy Pellerin Field, June 29th, 9 a.m. Last year was really successful. It was a record-breaking year for them. They raised $8,900. This year, the goal is to get over the $10,000 mark, and I think we can do it. So hopefully, even if you don't play and you just want to come down and watch for a little bit, it's $10 and you get a shirt. And again, you'll be glad you did it. Because so many people rely on the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and the Jimmy Fund, and you can't ask for a better thing to support for people in need going through that. And cancer, unfortunately, is something that affects all of us and touches us all in some way, whether it's through a loved one or a friend. And it's a very worthy cause. So I hope to see as many of you there as possible. And again, that's this Saturday, June 29th, 9 a.m., goes all day. There's a seniors game, there's women's softball game. Anybody can play. You don't have to be an experienced ball player. So just be there. Make sure you stop, even if you just stop to have a coffee in the morning and watch some of the games going on. So that's that. I do want to give a huge shout out to Greylock Credit Union. I have to on this one. So yesterday I went to Greylock, the West Street branch, to deposit my paycheck, and which I did, and came home. And I get a call a couple hours later, and I almost didn't answer it. I didn't recognize the number, and I answered, and it was Greylock Credit Union. And it was a representative from the West Street branch, and she said, "Is this Michael?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Michael, this is so-and-so at Greylock. Are you missing any money?" And first I was kind of thrown aback by that. I said, "Huh?" And she said, "Did you lose any money?" And she said, "Did you drop any money in the bank?" And I checked my pockets from my pants I wore to work, and I said, "I think I am missing like $20 or 20 something dollars." And she said, "Well, someone dropped cash in the bank, and we looked at our security cameras, and it looks like it fell out of your pocket." I was just so blown away by that. That's another just reason why I bank local. I've had an account with Greylock since I was in high school, and that's one of the reasons. To get that kind of customer service is amazing. That really made my day. It really did. So she said, "Listen, we have it. We picked it up. We looked at the footage. We saw that it looks like it came from you," and it did. It was my coffee money for the week for work, and they went ahead and deposited it in my account for me. And again, it's been a pleasure for me banking with them all these years, and that's why I stick with them. And over the years, I've had bank accounts with Bank of America and Wells Fargo, and before that it was Wachovia, all the big ones. But I've always been very, very happy with Greylock. All my loans have been through Greylock, and the customer service is why. You're dealing with local people who know you personally, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever, because normally you drop $20, it's gone. So a huge shout out to Greylock Credit Union, and thank you so much for doing that. I really, really appreciate it. What else did I want to touch on real quick? I'm going to cut this, so. So just in closing, there was a city council meeting Tuesday night, this past Tuesday, and very short one. But, there was someone who got up and spoke at public speaking again, and it was about our schools. And that's still going to be a hot topic, because our city budget is closing in on $250 million, which is hard to believe. The little city of Pittsfield is close to $250 million a year to run this city. But when you have a community like Pittsfield, and one of the largest employers in the city is the city, it gets expensive, and that should be a red flag in some ways. And that's not a knock on the government, but I believe the city of Pittsfield is right there in the top 3. It could be number 2, but top 3 for largest employers in the city. And that's a lot of pensions, it's a lot of benefits, that's a lot that goes into it. And somebody has to pay for that. And there's not a lot of jobs anymore that offer retirements and where you can get a pension, where you have all these benefits. That's always been the perk with working for government. So anyway, it was one of the people that got up at the forum and spoke. He was specifically talking about the school budget, and he brought a bag of pennies to demonstrate that. And that's still, there's a lot of mixed feelings on that. Because like this gentleman said, we need less administrators and more teachers in the classroom. We need to support our teachers more. We need to be less top heavy. I've heard it from all different sides. I've heard teachers say, we're fine on administrators. They're useful. They've made things easier. We need more. I've heard that too. I've heard we need less, that the teachers need more support and better pay. I don't know. I don't have enough knowledge on that, but you know, here's the saddest part that bothers me is when our council elections come up, because now that we're 4-year terms for mayor, and we have been, Linda Tyre was our first 4-year mayor under that new structure. So Dan Bianchi was the last 2-year mayor. So anyway, when you have the council elections now and you don't have the mayor on the ticket, you get hardly anybody showing up. So next year it's going to be city council elections and school committee elections and city clerk. There's a couple things on there. And you'll get 80 to 85% of our registered voters will not participate. They won't vote. I don't understand that. It drives me crazy. Those council seats are so important. And then on top of it, you hardly get anybody willing to run for city council anymore. You have a lot of those races where there's no primary anymore because nobody's running like they used to. That's a concern. You know, being part of the city government, running for office, all those things are really important, and getting the community more engaged is really important. And anybody, if you're a resident of Pittsfield, run. You know, go for it. If you want your voice heard, don't just go on social media. I'm a huge proponent and supporter of social media, as you guys know. I mean, that's how I built this platform. But don't just say stuff on social media. Get out there and be involved. And if it's not running for office, it's maybe backing a candidate, or maybe hosting events like Joe DeSico's Striking Out Cancer, or the Bateman family with the Harry A. Bateman Memorial Jimmy Fund Fishing Derby. There's a lot of things you can do to really support the community. But running for public office is a huge one, and it's a great experience. It is. It can be stressful at times, but it doesn't have to be. And that's a concern. I think people need to understand how important those city council seats, how important they are. Run for office. So I know we're a year out from that, but I'd like to see more people running for office this next election. So really, that's it for now. We've got some hot weather coming through. It's going to be hot and humid, and but I don't mind. I take summer over winter all day. I'm one of those people. I'll take the heat and humidity over wind and freezing cold and sub-zero temperatures. But anyway, so I hope to see many of you there on the 29th, this coming Saturday at Buddy Pellerin Field for the Striking Out Cancer event. And again, I'll put the links to the videos with the mayor and that one in the comment section. And just be kind to each other. Be good to yourselves. Be kind to each other. Oh, real quick, I'm going to mention this because in that video with the mayor, I did ask him if he would be interested in sitting down with some business owners to do a small roundtable discussion. He said absolutely. So I know a couple business owners that have already messaged me about participating in that. If you are a business owner in the city of Pittsfield and would be interested in taking part in that, it will be filmed, it will be a video. But if you have questions you want to ask the mayor, and you want to be part of this, send me a direct message and I will get back to you. It's going to be a small group, 5 to 10 business owners. That way everyone can talk and ask the questions they want to ask. So again, send me a direct message and I'll get in touch with you and we'll try to set something up with that. And I have a bunch of other stuff coming up. So that is it for now. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, be kind to each other. And I'm going to say this in every video. If you want to follow a page that makes memes, making fun of people and being a know-it-all and all that, this is not the place to do it. There are other pages where they enjoy that kind of stuff. You can go follow them. So, all right, that is it for now. And I'll catch you all in the next day or two.